Hi there. We're learning today how to find any missing side or the length of a side in any triangle. As we can see here, if we read this question, PQR triangle, such as this one in here, always try to draw a sketch to make solving the problem easier. As you can see, they're telling you that angle Q is equal to 117 degrees. So you place the given number in here, that is angle Q. And PQ is actually equal to 80. Why did I name PQ as small r? This is corner R and this is angle R. We normally give the angle a capital letter with the degree sign on top. The side that is right across the angle, the side that is opposite to the angle, so the opposite side to angle R is actually PQ. We name it as small r. So that's why we did state here or write here that small r is equal to 80 centimeter, which means it's given to me in the question. Now, QR is equal to 100 centimeter. Can you guess the name of side QR? Side QR is opposite to angle P. Is opposite to angle P. So QR is gonna take the alphabet of P small equals to 100 centimeter. Now, small q is my unknown, which is PR. PR is the side that is right opposite to Q. So that's why it carries Q, the alphabet Q small. Now, this angle here is called capital P with the degree sign on top. And this angle here is capital R with the degree sign on top. We always use to find a missing side in a triangle the cosine rule. Let's figure out what is the cosine rule. So the cosine rule, here, if you start with P squared, P, it means side P squared. I always recommend that you start in alphabetical order. P, Q, R. P, Q, R. So I started with side P and the rule says P to the power of 2 is equal to, what are the other two sides in alphabetical order? Q and R is equal to Q squared plus R squared minus, inside brackets, that's part of the rule, 2 is part of my rule, times side Q times side R times cosine P capital. Cosine the side that you are trying to find. Cosine the angle of the side that you are trying to find. So you started with side P, so it's cosine P. So everything else is squeezed in between like a sandwich. Let's learn a little bit more about how to write the cosine rule. If I start, so as you can see, we started with P. Now we're going to start with side Q. q to the power of 2. So what are the other two sides? P and R is equal to p squared plus r squared minus inside a bracket 2 times p times r times cosine of angle Q. I started with side Q and I ended the rule with the cosine Q. Let's learn a little bit more. So P, Q, R. If I start my rule with the side R, so we're going to say R to the power of 2 is equal. What are the other two sides? P and Q. P squared plus Q squared minus 2 times P times Q times cosine the side that I am trying to find or I started my rule with. So cosine R capital. So I hope I helped here a little bit on how to memorize the cosine rule. Now all what we need to do is actually substitute. So here P is equal to 100, as you can see. P is equal to 100 here. So it's going to be 100 to the power of 2 is equal to Q is my unknown, Q squared plus R is equal to 80. So plus 80 squared minus open two brackets. So 2 times Q, Q is unknown, times R, which is 80, times cosine P, which is unknown as well. As you can see, why did I put this in red? Because I have two unknowns, Q and P, which means this equation cannot be solved. Let's try to substitute in the second one. So Q squared, which is my unknown, the unknown side, is equal, P is actually equal to 100. So 100 to the power of 2 plus R is actually equal to 80 plus 80 to the power of 2 minus inside brackets 2 times P, which is 100, times R, which is 80, times cosine angle Q is given to me as 117. So cosine of 117. Now, as you can see here, the only unknown in this equation or in this formula is Q, which I pretty much can just insert into my calculator and find the answer. Let's substitute in the last one for extra practice. So R is equal to 80, so this makes it as 80 to the power of 2. P is equal to 100, so it's 100 to the power of 2 plus Q squared, which is my unknown, minus 2 times P, which is 100, times Q, which is my unknown, times cosine angle R, which is unknown. And as you can see here, once again, I have two unknowns in this formula or in this equation, which is Q and R. So this equation cannot be solved. So we're going to exclude the first and the last options of applying the cosine rule, and we're going to stick to the one in the middle. So all what we need to do here is just we insert this to our calculators and we find Q squared and then square root each side. Square root each side, and you're going to end up with Q is equal to 153.8305821 centimeter, because all dimensions here are given to me in centimeter. Now, if I want to put my final answer correct to three significant figures, so 1 is the first figure, you always start from the left. 1 is the first figure, 5 is the second, and 3 is the third figure. Then look at the right of the 3. So I have an 8 here. 8 is greater than 5, so it's going to bring my 3 up to 4. So the final answer will be 154 centimeter, and this is correct to three significant figure. Let's get a little bit faster at solving the question. Let's say that I have another question here. LMN, always go in alphabetical order. So they're giving you M. So let's first start with the alphabetical order. L. So this is angle L. The side that is right opposite to angle L, which is MN, is called L small. LM. So this is angle M. The side that is right across to angle M is called M small. And this angle here is called N capital. The side that is right across to angle N capital is going to be named N small. So first thing, we draw a little sketch of a triangle that is stated in my question. And then I name each corner of that triangle. And I identify the angle and the opposite side. Always the angle takes the capital alphabet, and the opposite side of it, it takes the exact same alphabet except we write it in small letter. Now, if we read the question, angle M is actually equal to 84. Here we go. So this is given to me in the question. LM, which is N, is actually equal to 7M. Here we go. MN, side MN, which is small l, is actually equals to 9. That leaves LN, which is small m, as my unknown. Like I mentioned before, we write the cosine rule. We start with L and then M and then N. So we're going to start with L squared is equal to, and in the middle M squared is equal to, and in the last column N squared is equal to, and it's going to be as following. L squared, so what is equal to, what are the other two sides? M and N. So M squared plus N squared minus, inside brackets, 2 times L times M. I'm sorry, there is a mistake here. 2 times N times M times cosine L. And here we started with the M. So it's going to be M squared is equal to, what are the other two sides? L and N. L squared plus N squared minus, inside the brackets, 2 times L times N times cosine M. I started with the side M and ended, I started with the side M, so I ended here with angle M. Let's practice one more time at writing the cosine rule. So I'm going to start with the N. N squared, what are the other two sides? L and M. L squared plus M squared minus 2 times L times M times cosine N. Just please note here, correct this mistake, little mistake here. We started with L. The other two sides is M and N. So L squared is equal to M squared plus N squared minus 2 times M times N times cosine L. So instead of L here, the M stays, and we're going to write next to the M, N, side N. Now, since we are finding side M, we don't need to substitute in the first or the last rules. We need the one in the middle. So let's substitute here, because M is my unknown. So M squared, L is actually equal to 9. So it's going to be 9 squared. And small n is equal to 7. So it's going to be 7 squared minus 2 times 9 times 7 times cosine M, which is 84. Now, all what we need to do to find the 1m. So we're going to square root each side. M is equal square root of all this. So we can now insert this in the calculator, and we're gonna find M as 10.80, 87, 65, 59 meter, because all dimensions are given to me in this question in meters. Now, we need to put this answer correct to three significant figures. We start always from the left. 1 is the first figure, 0 is the second, 8 is the third, 8 after the decimal. Look at the right of the 8. I have a 0. 0 is less than 5, so it's not going to bring my 8 up. So the final answer will be 10.8 meter, and this is correct to three significant figures. Thank you for watching, for sharing, and for subscribing to my YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video.